Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our Filipino USRNs all over the world, not just here in the Philippines. Ayan. And today, meron na naman po tayong bagong topic, bagong kwentuhan with one of our Town Kids kind nurse. I would like to introduce Miss Ash. So, bago po natin makilala si Miss Ash, papakilala po muna ako. My name is Miss Janica. I'm the recruitment supervisor of Town Kids, and it's a pleasure to meet Miss Ash. Hi, Miss Ash. Good evening there in the US. Pwede po bang kwentuhan nyo kami ng quick journey and kung sino po si Miss Ash?
Hi, good morning, Philippines. Good evening, America. Kasi gabi dito, diba? So I'm Ash. You guys can call me Ash, Miss Ash, or whatever it is. I started my journey with Town Kids way back, probably 2022. So nag-apply ako 2022 pa. And then it got approved on the same year. No, yung ano ko, yung PD, and then dire-diretso na ako. And then I came here in the States around July of last year, 2023. So this month is my annual anniversary. So 1 year na ako dito sa Amerika, which is I am absolutely loving my life in here. Although Philippines is still home, America is also has granted me freedom of work, okay, and then opportunities to become a nurse, here in the States. Ayon.
Ayan. So thank you so much, Miss Ash. And I know our nurses right now watching, they're very excited to know you more. And that's why we're talking about the effective work ethics no, for nurses in the US. Kung bakit po ba si
Mhm.
Miss Ash is working effectively as a nurse. No? So let's start off with the first question, Miss Ash. No? Since you've been working for Town Kids for a year already,
Mhm.
ma'am, no? What made you stick around and still work effectively from day one up until now?
I think the trick to sticking around, generally speaking, no, hindi lang sa pagtatrabaho natin abroad, even when you work in the Philippines or any area din naman, you'll be able to stick around and effectively continue with your work if you go back to the goal. No, ano ba talagang goal mo? Ano ba talagang pinunta mo dito sa Amerika? No, you could the goal could be what, financial stability, future retirement for your kids, for your family, career enhancement, mga ganun, helping your family in the Philippines. And if you always go back to that goal, parang ano, no matter how challenging the life is or the job is, you'll always continue to work, continue, because yun yung ano mo eh, yun yung final, kumbaga, destination mo, right? Because otherwise, if hindi mo yun babalikan, yung goal mo, you're just gonna give up, you're just gonna choose the easy way out and just, ayoko na, kakapagod to, diba? I'll just give up. So kasi mahirap dito, we're not only establishing like a blank slate once we're here, adaptation natin sa culture, sa season, sa pagkain, iba eh. It's like a 360 change of lifestyle for nurses coming abroad. So, yun yung I think very important na naging effective din sa akin. I always go back to the goal of me securing the future for my family, for my son most especially. And so, parang kape din, di ba? Yung mga advertisement na sa Nescafe ba yun? Yung gumigising araw-araw, sino, sino, di ba? Or ano. So, you go back to the goal. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yan, so para kanino ka bumabangon, no, ma'am?
Ganon, yun. Oh my gosh, nakalimutan ko. Para kanino. Oh.
Ayan, tagal mo na kasi sa US, ma'am, no? So parang hindi na ganun yung mga
Oo.
commercial na nakikita mo, ma'am, no? Pero tama naman po, no? Um,
Mm-mm.
kung wala kang purpose talaga in going to the US or if you
Mm.
really don't have that goal, talaga malulost ka, ma'am, no? Kaya it's very important na pag pumunta ka dyan, it's because you really want to and you want to achieve something. Kasi pag wala kang
Yeah,
motivation, ma'am, no, parang ang hirap mag-move forward.
totoo. Totoo.
Yun
Yeah.
kasi wala kang motivation. Tapos pag nakaramdam ka ng homesick, ma'am, kayo po ba yung anak niyo po ba nadala niyo agad, ma'am? Or kasama niyo po ba siya ngayon dyan?
Ay hindi pa, kasi
Mm.
very baby pa yung anak ko and I'm a single mom. So it's kinda hard to juggle work and, giving him the childhood that he deserves. I still wanted for him to enjoy what it's like to be a kid sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Iba kasi
Mm.
kapag lumaki tayo with the values of having a Filipino family compared to bringing him here. Although different naman talaga yung priorities natin as parents. Only that I don't have someone here in the States as to, where I can leave him. And mahal din yung childcare. So,
Mhm.
parang ano rin, tinitimbang ko rin na mas easier sa akin na magtrabaho. And in time, I will be able to bring him here even more so na mas madali sa kanya the adaptation and I'll be more stable.
And actually, mom, that's a very huge sacrifice for you, no? Like
Yes,
giving
yes.
up somehow like the time that you get to spend with your kids or your
Mm-mm.
kid, mom, no, just to like to be in the US, no. We're really proud of that kind of story, ma'am. And ask ko lang, ma'am, no, since nakwento mo pa, I'm just curious and I know all of our nurses as well. Ma'am, kapag nakakaramdam ka ng homesickness, syempre may anak ka, ma'am, sa Philippines. Paano niyo po
Mm-mm.
nilalabanan yun na at the same time you need to like bumangon nga kasi kailangan mo
Mm-mm.
magtrabaho?
Right. The advantage kasi ngayon is because of social media. 'Di ba? If i-compare mo yung mga OFWs before, because my dad is also an OFW, it's so hard to communicate to him. Siguro sa isang buwan, parang dalawang beses, tatlong beses lang kami nakakatawag. And
Mhm.
we can't see him on a video call kasi nga wala, hindi uso to before eh. But right now, parang naging confident din ako or mas lax ako na hindi muna pupuntahin yung anak ko dito. Because we can always talk via video call. I can always call him anytime. Like, i-ano ko lang i-inline ko lang yung zoning natin. No? So, for example, ngayon, so it's morning in there. Usually, tumatawag ko sa kanya before ako papasok sa shift. Ayan. Para mangungumusta before he goes to school. And then at night naman, so umaga naman yung dito, ganun din. Parang naging routine ko siya and he actually understood, the arrangement. Kasi ako hands-on mom din ako before I left for like almost 4 years sa kanya. So, parang naiintindihan naman niya that I have to work, yeah, and I'm a bit far from him.
Mhm.
And I'm also lucky to have parents, very supportive parents that are there to alagaan yung anak ko and give me
Mhm.
the opportunity to navigate outside the country.
Ayan. So, sobrang big factor din talaga, ma'am, to have a very supportive family, no,
Yes,
in
totoo.
terms of that.
Mm-mm.
And, ma'am, let's go back to work since we talked about it, no. Ma'am, how did you give extra effort sa trabaho ninyo, ma'am, no? And ano yung nagiging epekto kapag mas nag-e-effort ka sa trabaho rather than just giving the bare minimum
Mm-mm.
sa pag-work in town kids?
Alam mo, Miss Janica, that's a very good question. Ever since sa university pa kami, nag-aaral as nurses, it's always been, tawag dito, ginagawang phrase ng mga clinical instructor to do caring beyond care. Now, what I mean by caring beyond care is to always do extra mile for your patient. Kasi as a nurse, you're not just doing interventions, eh. Although yes, that's part of the job, but an extra mile for the patient to provide comfort is also different. So for example niyan, yung responsibility ng nurses, what? Giving medication, no, pagmo-move ng pasyente sa bed, ganon, pagbibigay ng pagkain, yun, responsibility yun eh, part yun ng, plan of care ni pasyente on a daily basis. Um, Walking a mile or giving an extra mile to your patient, kasi may mga times, kasi mga bata yung pasyente natin, hindi sila nakakatulog, kasi 90% night shift ako, Miss Chanica. So, sometimes the patient can't sleep. And as a nurse, wala naman sa intervention or sa order ni doc na basahan mo ng libro si pasyente. 'Di ba? Like, babasahan mo siya ng libro. Wala sa chart yon, wala sa plan of care yon. But as a care or a kind care nurse, you can do that to promote comfort to the patient. And the outcome has been very effective for both the patient and the nurse because the patient will be able to sleep, 'di ba? Pagbabasahan mo siya ng favorite book niya. And that will be something that the nurse is also, mas easier sa nurse yung trabaho. So, parang ganun. Yung extra mile mo as a nurse and its outcome is actually in par. No? Yun. Caring before care. Yun yung parating, ano ko eh, parating ginawa kong
Mhm.
motto ko when I do bedside care, no, giving extra mile to the patient is also will actually provide you with good outcomes.
Mhm. Kasi tama naman ma'am, whatever you give 'no, babalik yan sa'yo. Kung ano yung binigay mo,
Yes.
extra care,
Mm,
the same time yung patient mo ma'am 'no, parang they would somehow be appreciative in what you're doing
mm,
and you get to love your job more kasi mas nagbibigay ka dun, mas ginagawa mo yung
mm,
best mo.
mm,
Well,
mm,
actually, thank you for that, ma'am. I believe the nurses that are watching right now, they're actually learning, no? We're just starting
mm.
with the interview, ma'am, no? And with that, ma'am, no, we are also curious in terms, no, since you're working as a night shift nurse most of the time. Can you tell us your, I would say day to day, but let's say night to night
Night to
routine.
night.
Yeah, night to night routine, ma'am. In working with town kids, paano po ba yung naging halos kung paano mo ginagawa yung trabaho mo on a night
Mm,
basis?
mm, mm. Actually, parang hindi na bago yung zoning ng katawan ko kasi parang day shifts siya sa Pilipinas.
Mhm,
'Di ba? Kasi umaga diyan tas gabi dito. So, it's the same thing that I do when I was working in the Philippines. I always start with prayer. So, syempre matutulog, no? And then I always start my day with a prayer. Hindi yung kasi yung iba cellphone agad pagising, cellphone agad, 'di
actually.
ba? Prayer really helps. Like mga ten minutes, 15 minutes, you be grateful with the day. You be praying that you drive safely in the road. Kasi highway yung dinadrive mo ng mga nurses dito. Hindi competitive yung mga drivers dito sa sa Amerika. Oo. And na maganda yung araw mo, no? Walang si patient. Maganda yung takbo ng how you call this, yung ng pasyente sa bahay, ganon. So, lang, yun, part yun sa prayer ko. After that, I call my son. No? So within that time frame, tinatawagan ko siya. Mga 30 minutes nag-uusap kami bago siya pumunta ng school. Ayan. So parang naging routine yun sa akin. Pagkatapos noon, ayun, naliligo, nagpe-prepare. Ayan. And then nagda-drive na ako. Usually kasi malapit lang yung mga pasyente within the area that I'm staying. So mga 10:30 o kaya mga 10:15 nagda-drive na ako. Ayan, papunta sa pasyente ko. Minsan, nagluluto ako for like, if gusto kong mag-bring ng snacks. Minsan naman is, dumadaan sa mga 24-hour, 7-Eleven, mga ganun. Part ng routine, oo. Tapos, pagkatapos ng shift, usually 9 to 10 hours shift, umuwi, nagda-drive. Um, it's the same thing, naliligo, after shift, tapos, tumatawag ulit sa anak ko, and then I'll end my day with a prayer. So parang yung beginning and tsaka end ng ko ng day is always prayers. Kasi parang isa din yun, Miss Janica, sa nakakapag ko yun yung parang naging compass ko when it comes to working here abroad. Kasi malayo ako, 'di ba? Wala akong pamilya dito, wala akong nakakausap every day, 'di ba? Kasi iba sa Pilipinas,
Mhm.
nakikipagtsikahan tayo, 'di ba? Kahit lumabas tayo sa mga bahay na to,
Sa
ay, may
bahay
kachika
lang,
tayo.
ma'am. Mm.
Oo, may kachika tayong mga neighbors natin. Dito wala eh, hindi uso yun dito. Aga-aga nga ng iba, nasa bahay lang. So,
Mhm.
prayer always has been my compass, has been my north. Kaya siguro, I wouldn't say na hindi ako homesick. Homesick din ako. Pero that really made me even stronger, to go on with my day-to-day base work.
Mhm. Ma'am, actually, upon listening with your story, ma'am, no, the difference talaga, may kita mo, ma'am, sa mga nurses natin, no, they're actually, we all have like, yung mga nurses natin, iba-iba ng story, iba-iba ng routine
Mm,
every day, no, pero
mm.
upon hearing your routine, ma'am, no, it's really something na, kaya pala si Ma'am Ash, ganito, ganito, ganyan, kasi like, you really have this strong foundation in terms of the faith, no, it's very important, ma'am,
Oo,
na may pinangkakapitan ka kapag minsan ang hirap, ma'am, pag wala kang kinakapitan, no?
yun
Yan,
yung
so,
anchor mo eh. Oo, totoo. Totoo yan.
ayan. So kaya kami ma'am, we're very grateful to have you as one of our Town Kids nurse, ma'am, no? And sobrang swerte ng patient mo, ma'am. That's for sure. 100%,
Ah.
ma'am. Ayan, ma'am. Ma'am, curious lang ako, are you like
Hmm.
with the same patient or nag-change ka na ng patient before?
Luckily, I'm assigned to the same patient kasi nasa north kami. We're only a few nurses here sa north. And what's good with Town Kids is you guys are expanding all across the north area of Jersey. So before parang ano lang south area. Now Town Kids has been expanding to Central Jersey, North Jersey. So we are only a few nurses assigned here in the
Mhm.
north. So parang kami-kami lang din dito sa North area. So parang yung ano, yung pasyente namin ano pa, a few pa, pero we are growing. So that's good. That's actually good. Yep.
Mhm. Ma'am, ano, how's North Jersey, ma'am? Kamusta naman siya?
North Jersey is quite different sa South. Kasi yung South area, dun mo makikita yung magagandang beach,
Mm.
ganon. So parang ano siya, very I would say tropical kapag ka summer vibes nandun. Dito sa North, ang kagandahan sa North is we are really near New York. So
Mhm.
20 minutes lang, ilang kembot lang nasa Manhattan ka na. Parang ganon. Yung area ko talaga kasi ito yung I think my patient is the farthest yata. Pinaka-close na siya sa New York, yung ano, yung area. So, maganda. Araw-araw mo nakikita yung skyline ni ano ni New York, yung nakikita niyo sa ano, yun yung everyday ano. And then marami ditong ano state parks na pwedeng puntahan. So, Jersey is a very very amazing state. I would say very safe for families and ano, hindi siya tatawaging garden state kung hindi siya garden state talaga. It's a beautiful um, state in America.
Ayan. Para sa mga nurses natin na nanonood, from Miss Ash na
Mm-mm.
yan ha. Kasi pag kami ma'am, usually, la, totoo ba yan? Syempre, di naman kami nakapunta pa ng US, ma'am, no? So, parang di naman maniniwala sa amin fully. At least, ma'am, no, galing na sa inyo. Ayan.
Oo.
Okay, ma'am, no? So, ma'am, in terms of the work shift, since we're talking about the work ethics, no, ma'am. And in the workplace, maraming sudden changes. Hindi lang naman as a nurse, no? Even in other profession, nangyayari yun, ma'am. Ma'am, how did you or how do you cope with shift changes and the unexpected need? Kunwari, bigla kang kailangan ng patient. Paano po kayo nag-a-adjust doon?
Mm-mm.
And paano nyo po siya hinahandle?
That's a good question, no? Actually, sa Pilipinas, ganun din eh. 'Di ba? Kapag ka nurse ka sa Pilipinas, kulang-kulang yung nurses.
Yes.
Minsan, walang reliever, so mag-extend ka ng ilang oras, for your patients. It's the same thing here. What's the advantage of or the difference kasi dito is you are well informed. So for example, you have an extended shift. Hindi naman like hindi ka pinipilit na mag-extend on the same day. So kumbaga yung mangyayari sa'yo is if you have like an extended shift, tatawagan ka talaga ng schedulers, arrange to you if
Mhm.
kaya mo. Tapos hindi ka naman kapag kulang ka sa tulog, hindi ipipilit sa'yo yung shift. No? Parang ganun. So I think that's the difference. The communication of the schedulers is really, really good. When it comes to shift changes, any unexpected need for nurses, tumatawag talaga sila. Ano. Kasi sa Pilipinas, parang surprise, wala kang reliever, ikaw pa rin ang nurse, ganun eh. Parang, diba? Dito kasi, dito ini-inform pa. So, yun yung kaibahan. And it's good.
Mhm.
Yun. And the coping for the nurses, not just me, is actually, mas easier para sa amin. Yeah.
Mhm. Ma'am, ask ko lang, nag-work po ba kayo in the hospital nung nasa Philippines kayo?
Oo, meron akong bedside experience, pero
Mhm.
hindi siya recent bedside experience bago ako lumipad. So meron akong bedside experience. Hospice tsaka pedia. Oo.
Ayan. So if I may ask, ma'am, no, ano yung, kumbaga, based on your experience, how do you differentiate working in a hospital back in the Philippines and now working as a nurse or a pediatric nurse in a home care setting?
Sobrang laki ng difference. I would say 360 plus 360 ganun.
Mm,
Ibang-iba siya. Oo, ibang-iba siya. Kasi in the Philippines, aside from kulang sa nurses, mahirap yung benefits abutin. No? Parang hindi mo siya, yung swelduhan hindi siya ganun ka-competitive din for the nurse. That's why most nurses talaga, kasi sa sobrang demanding ng trabaho itself ng nurse, most talaga umaalis ng bansa kasi parang feeling unappreciated yung mga nurses siya. Kaya lumilipad, no? Ayan. So dito, what's good when you go abroad, especially here in America, the opportunities talaga is really vast, no? You can choose whatever or you can go to whatever setup or facility you would want. So you can do hospitals, you can do work from home, you can do hospice care, you can do facilities that handle rehab. So marami kang choices. And yung swelduhan competitive din. Benefits are really good. And yun yung difference eh. So kaya the opportunity talaga dito as a nurse, especially if you want to become a leader as well, meron ditong tinatawag na ng nurse practitioner wherein yung responsibilities mo is closely parang parang doktor. Ganon. So pwede kang mag-prescribe ng medication. Wala sa Pilipinas yan eh. So dito, if you would want to pursue, aside sa masteral, sa doctorate, mga ganun, meron silang tinatawag na nurse practitioner wherein you can practice on your, as a nurse, no? Like have your own clinic, ganun. Pwede yan dito. So maganda yung opportunities ng nurses kasi dito. So I think that's one thing na wala sa Pilipinas na hinahangad ng mga nurses. Yan.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, ma'am. No, and since we're talking about work ethics, ma'am, can you tell us what kind of work ethics Miss Enohar to have, no, and how it helped you overall, and how important it is to have that kind of work ethics?
Work ethics, marami, di ba? Marami tayong pwedeng pagpilian. Professionalism, confidentiality, gano'n. Pinag-aralan namin yan before.
Yeah.
Pero yung pinaka-mother, I would say, pinaka-central ethical principle talaga is compassion. Diba? If you don't have compassion, hindi para sa yung medical field eh. Kasi compassion actually is in line with good karma. Or yung mga phrase na tinatawag nilang, don't do anything unto others what you don't want others do unto you. No? So parang inline yung compassion dun. If you're not compassionate enough to be interdependent with your co-nurses, you're not compassionate enough to take care of an unwell kid, then hindi para sa'yo yung medical field. So I think yun yung pinaka-strong, I would say, ethical principle na parati kong bit-bit when I'm doing not just bedside care, but also, as a worker myself, as an employee, parating yun yung kasi si town, or not just town kids, but also other facilities, is always patient-centered. And if it's a patient-centered care, compassion should always be there. You always treat everybody as you wish to be treated. Diba? So kapag ikaw yung nakasakit, gusto mo rin ganun yung treatment sa'yo. Yung parang ganun. So compassion supersedes every ethical principle. Lahat, no? Humility, professionalism, yon. So parang naging umbrella si compassion sa lahat. So I think yon.
Yeah, actually, ma'am, learning a lot. I'm really learning a lot from you, ma'am. And I know, even our nurses watching right now, marami sila tunan, ma'am, no? Kasi ako, parang, am I listening to a podcast session here? Parang ganun, no, eh. Kasi the way you talk, ma'am, and the way you tell it, it's very genuine, ma'am, no? And we really appreciate how you deliver. And like, we know the reason why you're loving your job. It's because you really have that compassion. And sabi nga nila, ma'am, no, working as a nurse, it's a calling. It's not for everyone, ma'am, eh. Kasi ako, if I would be a nurse, I don't think I would be an effective nurse, ma'am, no? So it's not for everybody. So salute po talaga to all of you working, no? Kahit saan man po kayong sulok ng mundo. Ayan, ma'am. And I wouldn't take much of your time, ma'am. And now, let's proceed for the last question. Yan, so if we would have the time to call yung anak niyo pa, ma'am, no? So yan. Ma'am, do you have any tips? Like tips para sa mga nurses natin na Made-deploy
Mm.
pa lang, ano ba yung mga kailangan nilang i-prepare if they wanna be a town kids kind kerners, ano yung mga kailangan nilang, kumbaga, i-embody? So, do you have any tips for
Mhm.
them, ma'am?
Siguro ano, I will give them 5 tips. The very first one is to learn how to drive. Alright, kasi dito sa Amerika walang walang jeepney po dito.
Walang
And
angkas,
yung mode
ma'am, no?
walang angkas dito, oo. Tapos yung mode of transportation, yung ano, public transportation. Merong bus, pero mag-aantay ka kasi ng ilang oras. So, medyo mahirap. So, you have to learn how to drive sa Pilipinas pa lang. Kahit basic lang. No, know the road signs, ganon, know how to operate. Automatic yung mga cars dito, so mas easier. So, kahit yung basic lang, para pagdating nyo dito, hindi kayo, yung mas okay yung adaptation yung when it comes to driving. Because as a home health nurse, you not only visit clients no
Mhm.
from point A to point B. Parang ganun yun eh. So you need to know how to drive. And lahat ng nurses dito, kahit anong ano facility, hospitals or rehab, nagda-drive talaga. Oo,
Mhm.
nagda-drive talaga. Kasi mas easier yun. So learn how to drive. That's number one. And then number two is ano, prepare your mental well-being. So
Mhm.
that's actually a different kind of tip or a different kind of advice. But what I did before I came here in the in America no, is I prepared my mental well-being by studying or researching on the culture of America. Kasi pagpunta mo dito, hindi ito yung kinalakihan mong country, 'di ba?
Environment, ma'am. Mm.
Environment, oo. So iba siya. So adaptation will be easier if alam mo yung culture, kahit konti, if alam mo yung type of food na kinakain nila, 'di ba? Kasi dito sa Jersey, not just here in Jersey, it's a mix of races. We have Asians, we have Caucasians, we have African Americans, and iba-iba yung ano nila eh. Iba-iba yung tawag dito, tradition,
Culture.
culture, and everything. So you have to at least make a little research about it. Make a little research about New Jersey, what's good about New Jersey, ayan, yung places na pupuntahan nyo. Kasi kapag ka prepared ka sa part na yon, it's easier for your ano for your adaptation, your mentality to be alam ko to, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Alam ko ganito yung pakikipag-usap sa isang American or yeah, ganito yung pakikipag-usap sa isang African American kasi iba-iba sila eh. 'Di ba? What's rude to other culture is not rude to other culture. So, you'll have to really know the culture itself, be sensitive to it, and your professional skills. So while waiting, 'di ba? Kasi ngayon parang nagre-retro
Yes,
yata
ma'am. Mm.
si America again. But I don't want you to really worry about it kasi magbubukas ulit 'yan. I want you to while waiting, improve on yourself and focus on yourself. So yun nga, mental well-being, professional skills if kayang aside from the training, wag tayong maging dependent sa training na binibigay ni town, no? Kasi yung mga training na binibigay ni town is just like probably what 10, 20, 20% of
Mhm.
what you will be able to provide to your patient. You'll have to do it yourself so that you have to study, you know. You have to improve on your professional skills. So yun yung number two. Yung number three is don't be too hard on yourself. Kasi kapag nasa waiting game ka kasi Miss Janica, parang
Mhm.
yun yung, ang tagal, Lord, bakit ang tagal? Oo.
Bakit
Para sa
hindi pa
akin, hindi
ngayon,
talaga
ma'am?
to.
Mm.
Oo, di ba? But I would say that the waiting, I always believe in God's perfect timing eh. Kasi pag kumbaga, paano ko ba sasabihin? 'Di ba kapag pag nagluluto tayo, kapag ka hindi siya masyadong ano, magiging hilaw yung
Mhm.
let's take for example yung rice mismo, 'di ba? Kapag ka prematurely mo siyang tinurn off or kaya na-brown out, 'di ba? Hindi maganda yung pagkakaluto ng rice. Parang
Mhm.
gano'n. Ayaw ni Lord yun eh, 'di ba? Parang hindi ka pa kasi hinog. There is a certain time that you're supposed to really proceed to that, ano, according sa plan ni Lord. So don't be too hard on yourself. Focus on your goal and in your purpose in coming here in America. Ano ba talaga yung purpose mo? Because you need to have us, kumbaga, ano, parang stronghold sa purpose. Going back to what I just said earlier about your purpose. Kasi kapag andito ka lang para maghanap ng jowa, or kung ano-ano yung mga reason mo para ano lang, para i-prove na ano, maganda yung Amerika. Parang ano, mahirap yun eh. Although meron sigurong iba na naging successful na ganun yung ano nila, yung purpose nila. Pero technically dapat mabigat yung purpose mo sa pagpunta mo dito, no? Your future, your retirement, helping your family, dapat ganun eh. Kasi yun yung anchor mo aside from the prayers, no? And then last advice ko or tip ko is ano, parati ko tong naririnig sa mga soldiers dito, no? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So again, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So even if you are right now in the process of your papers, doing your American dream, no, medyo slow siya, 'di ba? Parang
Mhm.
minsan na ano natin si Lord eh, parang nabe-blame natin, bakit ang tagal, Lord? Hindi ba ako deserving ganon? But then there's always a right time. And the slowness, hindi siya ano, hindi yun yung measurement ng success mo pagdating mo dito sa Amerika, no?
Mhm.
So slow is smooth and smooth is fast. As long as smooth sailing yung proseso, you'll be just fine. And yan, I'll see you soon in America, guys. Ganon.
Ayan. Thank you so much, Ma'am Ash, no? Actually, upon hearing those, no, bottom line is, trust the process and trust the God's timing, no? Kasi pag minadali natin, ma'am, mas nagkakamali tayo, di ba? Like,
Yeah.
tsaka yung
Mm-mm.
frustrations, ma'am, na parang, na hindi ako makapunta ng US and just think about it na kahit sobrang frustrated ka, hindi ka pa rin naman makakapunta ng US eh. So why not use those time na naghihintay ka like to improve on yourself and of course mag-training, mas maging magaling
Yeah.
ka in your profession, no? So
Mm-mm.
believe it with Miss Ash tips, no? Ako naniniwala ko doon, ma'am, sa lahat po ng sinabi ninyo. Hands down, totoo po talaga yan. Ayan. So thank you so much, Ma'am Ash. I've learned a lot for
Thank
sure. The
you.
nurses watching right now, for sure. Dami po nilang natutunan, ma'am. And of course, sa lahat po ng mga ini-interview ko, ma'am, I would like to give you the opportunity. Baka may gusto po kayong batiin here in the Philippines. May mga gusto ba kayong, like, yung anak po ninyo? Anything you'd like to say?
Binabati ko yun araw-araw eh. Uh, to the folks in the Philippines, the nurses who would want to become American nurses, no,
Mhm.
this is it's not the time to give up. Just continue with the dream. No. American dream, I wouldn't say is not hindi to competition eh. No,
Mhm.
this is a dream of resilience and patience. So if you have that, go for it. Huwag kayong mag-give up. Kasi yung iba nag-give up ng American
Mhm.
Dream. Tapos dumating na sa age na parang, ay sana hindi ko give up. 'Di ba? Oo.
Mhm.
So continue the dream. I would want you to continue the dream no matter how slow it is, no matter the redirection of the Lord. Just continue and in time you will be here. Tapos ano, makikita niyo rin si Times Square, New York.
Ayan. So, US is worth the wait, ma'am, no? That's for sure.
Mm.
Ayan. So, thank you again, Miss Ash and Hordo, for giving us this opportunity para po sa mga nurses natin. Please don't give up on your dream and make sure, and with the help of Town Kids and of course with your effort as well, in no time, in God's perfect timing, makapunta din po kayo ng US. So again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hanggat sa susunod po, if you would like to have suggestions kung ano po yung pwede natin pag-usapan or gusto niyo pong marinig from our Town Kids Kinderners, please do comment kung ano po yung gusto nila. Alright? So, bye everyone!
Bye
Ayan.
everyone.